Bass, what I think people don't realize is that we've got all sorts of agents in the garage area. And here at Rowdy, we were able to secure exclusive audio
Amazing.
Of the A.J. Allmendinger Richard Petty conflict.
I'm still baffled by this whole thing.
Well, take a listen.
Take a listen.
I think it'll make sense.
Not now, Richard.
Hey, AJ.
Richard,
I got something for you, Core.
Richard,
I got something for you,
Richard,
Core.
I just wrecked. Please just give me some space.
Almond Joy. That's all I'm saying. Almond Joy. That's a perfect nickname for you. If you go with Almond Joy, it's the same as AJ, but it's Almond Joy. It doesn't say AJ's kind of ordinary, but Almond Joy is a great nickname. Plus, when you win, it's like happy. I'm Almond Joy because I won.
My name is Anthony James.
I know. That's why we call you Almond Joy. Put it on your core there because it'll be perfect for you to have a nickname.
Richard,
I was the king. You should be Almond Joy.
Just leave me alone.
Man, this guy's kind of, I don't know.
All right, welcome to today's Rowdy.com Big Three, sitting alongside Buzz Cutler. I'm Bass Masters, and Cutler, I mean, this, it's a great nickname. I don't understand what is wrong with AJ.
Almond Joy?
Almond Joy is a great nickname. The king came up with it. How can you disrespect the king when he's coming up to you and giving you a nickname like that?
Because when he's coming up to A.J. Allmendinger, he's not the king. It's his car owner, his boss. And, you know, just because he's an icon and a legend of the sport doesn't mean that that's what his relationship with A.J. Allmendinger is. His relationship with A.J. Allmendinger is like your boss coming up to you after you wreck out of the car. I mean, it's a different deal.
Well, here's what I think. I think it's great that A.J. Allmendinger blew off the king because that means he'll just treat everyone the same. I mean, you know, if you do the king like that, I guess you're just an equal opportunity blower offer. A.J. was probably hot and bothered, a little hot under the collar, and he didn't care who was coming up to him after the race. He decided he wasn't happy, didn't want to talk to anybody.
Well, and we don't know
didn't want to hear, and he didn't want to listen to the king's great idea for his nickname.
Yeah.
All right, next issue.
Next issue. All kinds of rumors continue to swirl around potential changes to the chase. The one that we're hearing now is that they will decrease the chase field in stages, starting with 15 drivers, after a few races going down to 10, then going down to 5, then going down to 3 for the final 3 races.
Well, what you're doing there is essentially you're taking it and you're cutting it into a bunch of mini chases. So if you've got 10 races and you do 3, 4, 4 or something like that, and you cut the field each time, you're looking for consistency and speed now, not in a 10-race stretch, but in a 3-race stretch or a 4-race stretch, or you're in danger of being eliminated. The problem I have with all this is, in order to get a high-impact moment, which is what Brian France is talking about getting, how much do you have to make the chase essentially more random or slightly less fair? I don't know.
Well, I don't know if it's slightly less fair. Basically, what's happening is NASCAR, if they go in this direction, will be emulating the stick and ball sports, will be emulating March Madness.
But you can only emulate them so far.
Right, but we agree, I think we agree, that in some ways the race to the chase is more compelling than the chase itself, and that's because it's a make or break. You hit this brick wall, you're either in or you're out, and that's essentially what this scenario would create.
It's the same as the chase, though. I mean, that's what the chase already is. It's just you're cutting it into shorter stretches, and now you're saying if you don't perform in a 4-race stretch or a 3-race stretch, you're out. And I'm not saying it is fair or it's not fair. I'm asking the question, though. Is that really the best way to decide a champion in this sport?
Well, I don't...
And a lot of people didn't like it when we went to the chase itself because they felt like it should be consistency over 36 races. I did not agree with that. I think you could cut it down to a 10-race schedule, and consistency and performance in 10 races will determine your champion in a very, very fair manner. 3 races, 4 races, I don't know.
Well, I mean, the thing that it will create, and you and I were talking about this morning, is it'll create more aggression on the track.
We need more of that.
We're seeing it now, and I think one of the reasons we're seeing it now is because of the pressure of making the chase. If there is added pressure of continuing in the chase through these different stages, you're going to see more bumping, more banging, more aggression, and more wrecks. And you can argue that's good or bad, but it'll be the have-at-it boys incarnate.
Possibly, but if you, on the other hand, and then we can move on after this, but if you have a 3-race schedule that I have to perform in 3 races and they're going to eliminate, say, 5 of 15 guys after the first 3 races, let's just say, for example, the only thing I really need to do is avoid the bad finishes there. I won't be eliminated. If they reset again, then I'm good to go. So I don't know if you'll see more aggression. I wonder if you might see more conservative racing depending on the time and the place and how they set this up.
Well, and the other question that obviously we don't know is how will that reset work? Will the remaining drivers
be reseeded?
Will they be on an even playing field? Who knows? But it's a lot of speculation at this point. NASCAR hasn't announced they're doing anything. So
I'd like to speculate about issue number 3.
Well, issue number 3, the president at Indianapolis, came out and said, "Yeah, sure, I'm open to moving the start time of the Indiana
Jones 500?
Yes, of the Indianapolis 500 to 11 instead of 1, so people can double dip." And, this is something fans have been clamoring for, but is it much ado about nothing?
It's not nothing, but it's a lot less than you would like to think. Because in the mind's eye, you see a Tony Stewart or a Juan Montoya going to Indianapolis, getting in a great race car, racing for the win, maybe even winning the thing, then hopping on a plane and coming to Charlotte to run the 600, and they have a chance to win there too, and it's this amazing thing, but that's such a long shot now.
It's true. I was a real advocate of this. I was really excited about it, and then the more I thought about it and the more I looked at the reality of it, the more I think, it's big deal. I guess it'll allow me to watch them back to back. But when Juan Montoya himself comes out and say, look, to be competitive at Indy, I would have to have so many practice hours that it's not really realistic for me to compete in that race. What do I want to do that for? Why do I want to set myself up for being an also-ran at the Indianapolis 500? Now, when Juan Montoya comes out and says that, the guy we think probably has a better chance than anybody of actually succeeding in both events, then it makes you think twice about it. When Donnie Allison was doing it successfully, and perhaps he's been the guy who's done it more successfully than anybody.
Right.
That was back in the 70s. There is much greater separation between these cars and these series now. The technology, the style of driving.
Everything's just more competitive
than there used to be. Right.
It'd be nice to see somebody try. I'm just not convinced you'd even see that many people that you care about actually try.
Maybe if Sam Hornish continues to move forward in his NASCAR ride, then someday he'll have a chance. Who knows? All right, for TheRowdy.com, Big 3, and Bassmasters to my left, I'm Buzz Cutler. Thanks for joining us, and, post a blog, post a photo at Rowdy.com if you haven't done so lately.
It's a lot of fun.
Rowdy.com. Say it like it is.
Say what like it is?
Rowdy.com.